So today we're going to try something different. Today we're going to be playing a ROM hack called Mario's Dreamworld, hacked by Darwin in 2000. Now for those of you who don't know, which is probably going to be just about everybody, Darwin was my online handle in the late 90s and early 2000s, before I became Fubins, of course. So, I don't know. Basically, this is a hack of Mario Brothers, which is probably one of hundreds out there, and this is one of the few hacks that I actually took a lot of time with digging through all the hex values and trying to change and just give the whole game a facelift while mixing things around with a level editor. So as you can see here on the title screen, well, he's going to run into some Goombas because he's only scripted to go on a certain path, and because the actual position of the enemies has been changed, he basically just runs right into them and dies, or a fish kills him. So he doesn't get too far in the actual title screen, but as you can see, it says RadRoms 2000. That was the name of my ROM hacking site, which was just like a GeoCities or Angel Fire site that I hosted on cjb.net, which I think is now no longer in existence. If you try to go to radroms.cjb.net, in that URL you see down there, it's obviously not there anymore. So as you can see, Mario's Dreamworld, I actually spent a lot of time trying to get this title working, and as you can see, there's two missing blocks on the right side of the title card. So yeah, it broke a few things here and there, but overall, I really tried hard to make this a nice clean hack. So jumping right in, this is Mario's Dreamworld. First thing you'll notice off the bat is the graphics. Everything has been completely lifted. Basically what I was going for here was a cleaner, more colorful aesthetic on the original Mario. So all these sprites of the Goombas and the Koopas and Mario are all lifted from Super Mario Bros. 3. So I decided to pull the sprites over from Super Mario Bros. 3 and tweak the color palettes. If you notice that the color cycling on these palettes actually goes through like a full spectrum of rainbow colors as opposed to just the golden colors of the original game. And yeah, so there was that, and as you notice, I did all the fonts myself because, I don't know, I just thought the outline fonts looked kind of nicer. And yeah, playing with the level editor, I was able to mix levels up, but I don't feel like there was a huge emphasis on making the levels too nice because, well, not nice, but I just feel like they kind of became really thinned out and basic, which is fine because it kind of complements the cleaner aesthetic that I was going for. And, you know, you'll find at least 3 or more 1-ups in every stage, it seems, with this hack. But you'll probably need them because there's a lot of new curveballs and, you know, challenges that are similar to the original Mario game, but, you know, you just don't see them coming because everything has changed now, the whole layout. So the story behind this hack, well, there is not much of a story. It's just called Mario's Dreamworld. The idea is Mario is asleep and these are his dreams, and it's kind of loosely adapted from a dream I had about playing Super Mario Brothers as like pretty young kid. I had a dream that one time I was playing Super Mario Brothers and I jumped the flagpole and I saw Toad, but it was weird. He was like well, there's one thing from this hack that I find interesting, and I don't know if I accounted for that. I think that's just something that happened with putting flying creatures or water creatures in land stages, was that when you stomped on them, or at least when you stomped on the Cheep Cheeps, they turned into Koopas. So that's kind of weird. So anyways, as I was saying, I had this dream where I jumped the flagpole and Toad was on the other side after I ran a certain length, and Toad was like bowing down to me and giving me 1-ups. At least I think that's how the dream went. It was kind of weird, but I actually incorporated that into this hack, as we will find out later. In some stages you can actually jump the flagpole and check out what's going on. Now, the reason I'm not checking these pipes is you can go down some of these pipes, but the only problem is I didn't change any of those underworld bonus stages, so everything you see down in the pipes is going to be basically what we've already seen before, and I knew that I hit a 1-up there, but I didn't get it. But anyways, I have played this hack a little bit, in the past year or so, because I didn't even know that this still existed. I just so happened to, I'm not even sure how I stumbled upon it. I think it was a year or two ago. I was looking, I think I was just looking up my old internet handle, Darwin, and I actually came across this hack, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually still stored somewhere. So I downloaded it, and I had some trouble getting it to work. Aw, man, that's cheap. there's one of the curveballs. But yeah, I couldn't get it to run on any emulators, so I was a little bit disappointed, and I was like, well, this really sucks, because this is like opening a time capsule from over 10 years ago. And eventually I did find an emulator that would run it. It's, whoa. So apparently you can't have two instances of power-ups on the screen at the same time, as we've just seen. Tried to get a 1-up, but then I popped a mushroom and the 1-up disappeared. So anyways, this will run on Rock NES. That's probably the only NES emulator that I know of that will run this game. So we are playing it on Rock NES now. And that might account for these audio skips, because I haven't encountered this on... Whoa! Now that was pretty interesting. I got shrunk down and it became night, so that's one of the things. I don't even know if I accounted for that. I think a lot of stuff just happened randomly when you edit the hex values. So anyways, here we are jumping the flagpole, and here's Toad. There's actually an invisible block here, which is probably just the way they programmed it so Mario would stop for this sequence. Toad's just standing there, and now we're gonna run out of time, so let's go. And so, whoops, yeah, sorry, you can't do more than one. So I think if I keep running at this point, it'll just go on forever like it would if you normally jump the flagpole, but oh shit. So what it's done is, after I got my 1-ups, it spit me out at the beginning of the stage again, but now I have almost no time to finish, but let's see if we can get through this. I'm not going to bother with that. Let's just try to run through. I don't even know if that's useful at this point. Oh god. So yeah, so like I was saying, oh, there we go. So like I was saying, wake up. That would probably mess with some people if they just saw that randomly in the game. Anyways, yeah, so I wanted to have, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the hexadecimal stuff is when you mess around with that stuff, you know, you could just hack the, sprites and the tiles of an NES game without any problems. You could even start messing with the palette and the text relatively easily, but when you really start getting down into the hexadecimal values, which is what NES games were coded in, that's when you start to run into some like crazy stuff happening, like, you know, I don't know, you can really just glitch up a game by messing with those if you don't know what you're doing. I was able to track down a lot of, like, I actually have a notebook floating around here somewhere. I'd like to take pictures of it to accompany this video, because the notebook has basically all of my hex values noted down with what they correspond to. Like, you can see how I was trying to edit some of the sprites to... Whoa. Yeah, I really don't know what the audio skipping's about, but yeah, so I'd like to try to provide links maybe in the description of this video, or, you know, maybe even get them in the video itself. But yeah, so basically, it was fun stuff that I did as a hobby in high school, because I wanted to make games really bad, and I didn't really have the, damn it, I didn't really have the ways or the means to do that when I was 18. I hadn't discovered Game Maker, or, you know, programming was way too daunting for me. So all the games that I'd made prior to this stuff were basically just pen and paper games that you played with dice or your imagination. But ROM hacking was probably my first real foray into, I guess, I wouldn't call it game development, because you're not really developing anything from the ground up. It's just kind of tweaking and reverse engineering stuff that's already there. And the whole reason that I'm doing this video today is because, hold on a sec, kill Bowser real quick, and save Toad. Thank you, Mario. but that was only Bowser's shadow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, who knows what I was smoking when I was that age, so. Anyways, the reason I was doing this Let's Play today was because my friend and former coworker, who was also basically my boss, or he was the creative lead at the game company I was working at a couple years ago, he did this ROM hack of Donkey Kong where he swapped out Mario's sprites and made them into Pauline sprites, so you could play as the girl to save Mario from Donkey Kong. And it was a really cute and clever idea. He basically did the hack for his daughter and posted it online, and it's pretty much going viral right now. I tweeted about it, and last I looked at it, it had like 80 retweets. So good for Micah. He's an awesome dude. And this is basically, yeah, this Let's Play is basically in his honor. So to celebrate awesome ROM hacking. Now I think if I jump down there, I put invisible blocks there so you'd actually get trapped and run out of time, which was really sadistic of me. So we're not going to go that way. We're going to hop the flagpole, get the 3 up, and I guess have to do the stage over again. But that's no big deal because we have plenty of time. Whoa. Okay, that was a little weird. So, yeah, so I don't remember everything about this game because, you know, I worked on it over 10 years ago, more like 12 years ago, or I don't know, in 2000 I was either 18 or 19, because my birthday is right in the middle of the year. It's May 25th, so if it were early 2000s, then I was 18. If it were late 2000s, then I was 19, and I'm 31 now, so yeah, it was about 12 years ago that I worked on this. But yeah, I did play it about, I want to say, okay, we're not going to hop the flagpole again. And it looks like Mario's flag sliding sprites get a little glitched up there. Okay, wow, so I guess our lives have gotten in the double digits and there's no character to express that, or I don't know, maybe it was I think it used to be a crown. Anyways, so yeah, when I rediscovered this hack, it was incomplete, first of all, so just a heads up that not everything is gonna be finished here, like that there. And I'm also noticing that Mario's swimming sprite, only his head appears to be using the Super Mario Bros. 3 sprite, so his body is still doing the Mario 1 swimming sprite, so yeah, a lot of stuff is incomplete. I'm not sure how many stages I completed with this. I think I was using a custom built editor for the stages, because I don't think I could have ever done something like that with the hex alone. But yeah, so I think there is a substantial amount though, like being the first maybe 2 or 3 worlds. We're about to find out. I think the warping functionality, the warp zone in World 2.1 is still functional, but obviously I'm skipping over all that because I'm just trying to give you guys an overview of all the stages as I did them back in 2000. So, and I guess it would be possible to reopen this ROM and finish the hack. It's not really high on my list of priorities, obviously. Okay. It's kind of interesting. World 2.3 has the Sky or Invincibility theme playing. So yeah, I mean, I tried to do a lot of fun stuff with this. I'm not sure why I didn't finish it. I might have just, you know, probably graduated high school, because that's the year I graduated. And I was probably just, I don't know. Hold on, let's see if we can get up there. Alright, sweet. A lot of tricky jumps in this one. Tricky meaning if you're not moving fast enough, you're not going to get up there. But yeah, I'm not sure why I stopped working on this. I was trying to do other hacks at the time. This wasn't my first hack, actually. The first hack that I did was indeed a Mario hack. Because Mario was just, like, notoriously easy to hack. So that's probably why there was, like, hundreds, if not thousands of Mario hacks out there. This music's kind of annoying when it's that repetitive. Yeah, so the first hack I did was I would say a lot less tasteful. It was basically I changed the Mario sprite to my I tried to make him look like me, or how I looked when I was 18, and I was basically like I had this long bleach blonde hair and I wore these really baggy clothes. I don't know, I was friends with like a lot of the skaters and the potheads, so I was trying to rock that look. And the power-ups that you collected were like 40-ounce bottles of beer in place of the mushrooms, and pot leaves for the I keep saying leaves. I mean to say leaves, pot leaves for the fire flower. And that was basically all there was to it. It was super simple. I don't remember if I changed the enemies or anything. It was really juvenile. But it was kind of funny because, you know, my classmates obviously thought it was funny, and I thought it was amusing, but that was, like, not a very serious take on what I ended up doing with this. And there was a few other hacks that I tried. I can't remember all of them. I think I tried making a Zelda hack, but that one was a little more difficult. I don't remember how far I got with that. Trying to think of what else I did. I know that I was trying to translate whoa. Now I'm trying to recognize this stage because as far as I can tell, this stage is the same as the actual World 3-1, so that might be it actually. Cause yeah, as far as I can tell, this looks exactly as I remember. Okay. Well, this is different. So this is basically that's the springboard now. It's like this gelatinous cube. But anyways, back to the hack stuff. There was an Akira ROM based on the 1983 film. I don't know, man. What that's like my favorite anime and one of my favorite movies. So I should definitely know what year that came out. I want to say 88. Nah, that feels too late. It was either 84, 83, 88, or 89, which I know are like completely different years, but anyways, there was an Akira ROM, and it was never released in the US, obviously, because nobody in the US even knew what Akira was until like the 90s, pretty much. And it was like a text-based adventure game. It was really weird. It had like pixel art renditions of stuff from the movie, and everything was in text, and it was just a nightmare to like anybody who wanted to try to play the game, an Akira-themed NES game. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that these worlds are just untouched, but we're just gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep talking anyways, because we'll wrap this up pretty soon. But back to the Akira thing, it was all text, and it was all Japanese, and of course I didn't know a lick of Japanese then. I mean, I don't know a lot of it now, but I certainly didn't know any of it then. And what I did was I tried to swap out all of the Japanese hiragana characters and stuff to be English letters, and then basically when I ran the game, the idea was that it would spit out just a bunch of gobbledygook in English letters, but then I could find the English letters, their combinations, in a hex editor, and then rearrange them. Of course, I didn't know what a proper translation would look like, but I figured I'd just improv and just kind of add my own, you know, based on what I knew about the movie. And needless to say, I didn't get too far with it because I actually didn't know what the text options were supposed to be. But, you know, it was a noble attempt at translating a game that I really wanted to play. But I think eventually, you know, it was such an obscure NES game that I don't think it really got a proper translation until, like, you know, maybe, I don't know, a few years ago, I want to say. I haven't really looked into it. It's not really a game I'm terribly interested in playing, to tell you the truth. The movie's great, but the game, being a text-based game, yeah, not too exciting. Especially if you already know, you know, how the story goes through the movie or the manga. So, yeah, so anyways, I guess this is about it. I think I've covered everything I wanted to say in this video, and I'm glad you guys got to take a look at Mario's Dreamworld hack, and I guess I could provide a link of this hack in the description. I'll probably just throw it on my Dropbox and link it up there. If you guys want to play it, I really don't see the compulsion to play this, because, I mean, for me it's fun because, you know, this is something I worked on over 10 years ago, so it's kind of got that time capsule quality to it. But beyond the first two worlds, nothing has really drastically changed apart from the graphics and the palette. So if you do like the graphics and the palette though, and you feel like playing Super Mario Brothers again with things a little bit mixed up towards the beginning, then, you know, check it out. It plays exactly the same. It's actually kind of inspiring me to want to mess around with hacking ROMs again, just more from the glitchiness aspect of it, just to tweak those hex values and see what we can screw up, you know. But at the same time, who knows. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed looking at Mario's Dreamworld.